Greetings and welcome to the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me and tell them like it is. You'll have to let me know if everything's working. I was having rumble trouble. Sorry I'm late. I see everything's working. A little bit delayed, but I see myself on there. Thank you, Pastor Chatelet, for the Bitcoin, or whatever that is. Library coin. I don't know why I never remember that. All right, 5x5. Toasty! Welcome to the show. 451 Actual, my metal man. Yes, I must thank you once again for Monday morning. That was awesome. I had a really good time. I'm so glad everybody enjoyed my music. I wanted to get everybody pumped up. What can I tell you? It was a somber day, but that's no reason to not stay with the course, of course. And like I say, I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. I'm so glad everybody enjoyed it. Hopefully I can do it again. Vincenzo even kind of sort of wants to do it. Although he's like, hey, yo, I listen to Sinatra. So I told him, I said, well, maybe we could find some metal Sinatra or something. He goes, well, I like Frank Zappa too. So I was like, okay, well, we'll work something out. So I'll work with Vincenzo. Maybe Vincenzo can do that for you one day too. And we'll surprise everybody. Well, thank you, Blue-Eyed Devil. Or Psy. Welcome to the show. Russian Bot. Welcome, Drunken Rocky. Of course, don't forget to go to his show after mine after this. Pastor Shadley says it's 5x5. So as long as it's working on Odysee, usually everything else is pretty good. I don't see any problems over here on Rumble. Let me get the chat out of there, though, so I can pay attention as much as possible, because I'm a blonde, yeah. Okay. Appreciate everybody being here. Welcome to the show, and thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. I'm DGddss, as you guys know. I'm your hostess. Yeah, it was great with hacking moment, yep. Yep, I couldn't have done it without 451 Actual, though, and thank you so much. And, of course, make sure to share his stuff and go see him. And I will be posting that show. I've just been listening to it before I post it, just because actually it gave me something to listen to while I was doing something else a little while ago. But I always try to check all of my my edits and everything like that whenever I do something and post it, because I hate having to go back and do it over again. Get it right the first time. That's the main thing. Especially since you don't have that much time to get it wrong. So, and I want everybody to enjoy it too. Some of it was kind of funny. Let's see. Mr. Tizo, welcome. Clackety. Are my gums bumping too much again? All right. Let's see. Tweak, welcome to the show. I appreciate you being here. And of course, this is the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me and tell them like it is. Of course, you guys know what I'm going to talk about tonight, hence the title. It was one of the things that I was wondering throughout the whole week. I saw a few jokes, and I highlighted, or whatever you call it, I favorited a few things. Oh, yeah, I can cover that. Yeah, I can cover that. But I still had no angle yet. And this morning I woke up with it. I was like, okay, Lord, that's what you want me to talk about. I'm not real happy about this subject and topic, but, hey, I've got my opinions on it too. Let's see. Bruin Backhand, welcome to the show over here on YouTube. Hallie, welcome. Zoot Critter says, corn pop face plants again today, ha ha ha. Yes, I'm going to cover that as well. We'll get into all of that. What can I tell you? I just want to make sure that I'm paying attention to everybody and welcoming them. If you saw Salty on Alex Stein 99 show, yeah, he was just kind of an innocent bystander. But he did have a good piece of advice, and I agree with that. When you're doing this kind of thing, don't shit on your fans. Like, give me money, fuck you. You can't do that. You just can't do that. And you shouldn't do that. Not to mention the fact nobody should know what your private thoughts on anything are, as far as that goes. That's one of the things that's killing a lot of these places that are being boycotted now. You got somebody in there in the department that's pushing their agenda. And I don't know who put these woke people in charge of all the money. I keep hearing about this scoring system. Because even Chick-fil-A now, oh, diversity, equity, and or whatever it is. And I noticed they rearranged the letters. In fact, both of them are just as bad. DIE is terrible, and DEI is just as bad because in I think it translated from Arabic, whatever it was, means deity or God. So yeah, they're either they're either telling us that we need to die or that they're God. Either one is not good. I don't like that. That's not good, not good, not good. And I don't like that. So yeah, but as like I say, how in the world did these, you know, this is the same age supposedly of people that are complaining about not having enough money because the boomers ruined everything. Yet they have all the money to start putting pressure on these boards that don't have a department for DEI or DE, whatever they want to call it. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Which is the exact opposite. It must have something to do with the government. It's got to have something to do with the government. Because they always name everything backwards. Okay. Plugs real quick. Of course, 451 Actual, my metal man, who allowed me to share a good set list with you guys. I enjoy metal music nowadays. I wasn't much of a metalhead. I was a rocker chick, but I was into, you know, like Rat and the hair bands and stuff like that. The hair bands, can't you tell? Always had that California hair. What can I tell you? Even when it wasn't blonde. All right, and of course, Pastor Chatelet, my main moderator over here, Red Dawn Radio, DJ Brandrag, the Drunken Rocky, which don't forget, after my show, after I'm done, rattling your ears. Hopefully you guys are going to call me, get some phone calls today. I didn't get any, and like I say, I'm doing this guy for you guys. I don't necessarily want to hear myself talk, and a lot of times I run out of things to say before the show's over. Not really, but I want to. Sometimes I do. And of course, Raynath, DJ Bass, Kevin's Chaotic Coffee, America Floats, Tom, 2 minutes to midnight. 2 minutes to midnight. Haven't really seen him lately, but I do believe he is deployed or whatever it is right now. Something like that. A Magical Trevor, of course. Reverend Rant, some guy from Maine. Rougarou, not me being Town, over here with the Pure Blood TV guide, which actually has all kinds of cool stuff. Oh yeah, okay, that's what all right. I thought we were missing one. Actually, we are missing one. I don't see Pastor Chatelet's channel on here, and he's always on here playing. And of course, hello to the pond, if I'm being simulcast over there on the pond. Make sure to come over here at least for a few seconds, give me the numbers and give me a few fires and some support as far as that goes. I'm not sure how the algorithms work on Odysee, but it seems like all of the platforms, the more people you have on there, the more likely you're going to get pushed up for other people to discover you. And of course, what we do want to grow. We want to grow because you know what our message is here in the pond as far as that goes. And of course, we're here for you. Pastor Chatelet's here for you if you need it. If you need him. All right. Of course, the latest Trump announcement. Now, this isn't something I've heard anybody on the pond talk about. It might just be because I've been busy. I may not have catched it. IMB live. At least I see it. See what? Am I showing? All right. Again, I haven't heard much from the pond or anybody. In fact, if I missed it, I might have missed it on 451 Actual show. But supposedly, Trump is coming back to Twitter. He's going to start tweeting again, which I think he's a dumbass if he doesn't. especially if he's running for president. I mean, he really needs all the leverage he can get, all the ways he can to get his own defense out there, if nothing else, because they, you know, from the escalator ride, they've done nothing but try to cancel him, bring him down, lawfare him to death, etc. and etc. So according to supposedly Benny and a few other people that are familiar with the information as everything like that, Trump's supposedly coming back to Twitter. Am I forgetting something? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, yeah, I didn't write it in my notes. Shame on me. Don't forget to support the channel, blah, blah, blah. Share. Lots of comments, of course. The best you can do the best thing you can do, though, of course, is share. Tweet me out. Social media, whatever you're using, everything like that. Let's try to get some more people at Rumble. I don't know. But I appreciate that. Of course, all my links are below, so click on some of them, will you? You can buy me a coffee. You can buy me a milkshake. Those are two that you can do memberships if you just want to keep tipping me. Because I know people get life, life gets in the way. You're not always going to be to my show. And of course, for the old school, I have the PayPal, which is actually really hard to get away from. That's actually connected to the Ko-Fi, believe it or not. So, and then, what else do I have? Oh yeah, the Cash App. You can scan it. I get so excited about talking about all this stuff, I forget to ask for help. Where is it? Well, you can scan it. And, of course, that link's down below, too. It's real easy. Thank you. Thank you very much, Zero Die Loser. Welcome to the show. Let's see, my Sparky! Sparky. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Making sure that I'm not missing anybody. That's actually a really cool GIF there, Pastor Chatelet, where the chick turns into all of the emojis and bounces around. That's really cool. They're it's instituting various population control measures. Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, pride is one of them, and of course we know what we read on there. But back to what I was saying, the Trump announcements, of course, to start with, is that supposedly he's coming back to Twitter. Oh, you know what? I didn't show you the. My brain is leaking out of my... There we go. I told you I was having problems today. Maybe it's OE problems. Operator error could be. All right, there's the Pure Blood TV. You got the on air, the TV guide, which if one of your favorite people isn't on, you can discover some others. There's always somebody doing a 24-hour stream around here. You can also click on all of these. They'll go directly to their shows. Most of them are on Odysee, but you can find them also, most of them on Rumble and also on pill.net, which I'm hoping to get on pretty soon. Enjoyed everybody over there during the hostile takeover. That was, like I say, that was a lot of fun. I'm still, like, elated about it and stuff. It really helped me out of a rough spot, too. Okay, here we go. Trump's coming back to Twitter. I caught up on everything visually now. Listen up.
He said this.
Donald Trump is going to do a Twitter space. Donald Trump is coming back to Twitter. Take it to the bank. Now, this was part and parcel baked into the cake. But the Ron DeSantis announcement inside of the space is really been an accelerant to that decision. So Donald Trump will be coming back and will be doing a Twitter space. Mark my words. There's absolutely no way he's going to be one-upped on this. And Elon Musk, if you go back into the history book.
Okay, so Benny Johnson is swearing up and down that Trump's coming back to Twitter. In fact, this particular one, I believe, came through on Tuesday afternoon. And so I'm like, ooh, I wonder if he's going to announce that or do something. Because usually shit like this happens on Thursday, like right before I go on air for you guys. So, but I watched diligently and nothing like that happened. Although there was a few other things that came across my feed. that happened today while I was doing research, and I don't have a whole lot of I got a lot to say today, but I don't have a whole lot of visual stuff. But I do have a few funny things towards the end that you guys should enjoy. And of course, I'm sure I do remember 451 Actual talking about this announcement vaguely, and I've been doing my own research on it ever since. But this is good news to a point, and I'll explain why.
Illegal immigrants, should he be elected president in 2024? This is a big one.
I had this set.
About what he had to say.
As part of my plan to secure the border on day one of my new term in office, I will sign an executive order making clear to federal agencies that under the correct interpretation of the law, going forward, the future children of illegal aliens will not receive automatic U.S. citizenship. My policy will choke off a major incentive for continued illegal immigration, deter more migrants from coming, and encourage many of the aliens Joe Biden has unlawfully let into our country to go back to their home countries. They must.
Basically, what he's saying is he's going to do an executive order to stop anchor babies, if you will, if you want to put it rudely, as people would say, oh, you can't say that or whatever. But that's actually, I like to keep things simple, and that's exactly what it is. In fact, he even goes on to say that some of these people will come here when they're like within a month of having their baby and hang out at the hotels and everything like that, have the babies over here and everything like that, and be able to claim American citizenship and get everything that they need for the baby as far as that goes. Now, I'm all for helping people, but that's another way around our system, and it breaks our immigration laws. Sincerely. In fact, supposedly that was only meant for dignitaries of some kind. I'm not even real sure exactly how that even works anymore, because they've convoluted it so much. They've even got cartels that bring, I've seen things where they've got cartels where they bring Chinese women over here to do that. You know, they pay a certain amount. It's almost like, in a kind of sort of way, it seems like human trafficking, if you will, as far as that goes, but only doing that so that they can get some kind of citizenship over here. And again, you know, you hear everybody else telling everybody how bad it is here, yet you still got all these people that will pay all this money and risk their lives and owe somebody probably for the rest of their fucking lives to get here and be here. So, yeah, stop that lie. You better stop. You better come up with something else. Thank you. In case you're wondering, those are reused Sprite bottles. I make my own soda water without syrup and junk in it. Okay. So basically, and I'm hoping that this next one, I don't know why these things are, they were working perfectly before I started broadcasting. I guess I need to tweak some stuff. I got some new equipment and upgraded some stuff, but I'm still having some problems. I don't know how to clock a motherboard. Sorry. Anyway, you got President Trump like being real serious here and letting people know what he's going to do. In fact, that's one of the things I think I liked about Trump the most. He did it some, but everybody else was always pointing fingers. You got to vote for me because that person over there is going to do this and that and the other thing and everything like that. It's like, you're reading this guy's mind or something, you know? It's like, what are you going to do? I think a lot of people got tired of hearing, hey, man, you got to vote. You got to vote for me or else this person is going to do yada, 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 yada. And it's like, okay, so you're not going to do that, but what are you going to do? Right? So then, oh, there it is. Then we have this. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm going to let that keep playing without the sound in the background while I talk about this. But one thing I'm curious about, you know, you hear all the claps and everything for the guy that he just shook his hand, gave him his diploma and everything like that, and he tumped over. And then you hear this enormous applause. What, was I wrong? Was I hearing things? It sounded like, excuse me, it sounded in a way like at first people were going, oh, and then all of a sudden, yeah! That's what I heard on that. Hence the name of my show. That's so, yeah, this time he didn't even need his bike. But like the bike incident, he couldn't get back up without help either. Better make sure he didn't break his hip, because I'm telling you, right there at that age, the fact that he almost couldn't get up there or anything like that and falling like that, that's a hip breaker right there. That's a hip breaker. That's exactly the type of fall that does that. That's the reason why most people that age actually end up breaking their hips. That's the exact type of fall that does it, especially at that age. And of course, you're looking at 81 million votes, everybody. And still going to be running again for our grandpa in chief for 2024. That's our commander in chief right there. So God bless the world. I'm just saying. One of the things I wish they'd stop doing, though, is trying to convince us that these old people don't belong in power when it's about all we have there. Oh, let me do something else. Something else I forgot to. Man, I'm off today. June 1st. What can I tell you? All right, I'm opening the phone lines now. Sorry about that. I usually do that after I ask for support. And of course, once again, don't forget how to support the channel. Share, because I want people to call in. I'm doing this so that people can get their voices out there and use their First Amendment rights before we lose them voluntarily, because nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to speak up. And you can do it anonymously. I don't ever call y'all name out or anything like that. Y'all don't have to tell me who you are and all of that. So back to where I was now that I've remembered. I think I now remember everything. Grizzy. There we go. Sorry. I'm having trouble seeing. All right. I'm glad you are not afraid to be the first to call. Greetings. You're on the air.
Hi there, Laura.
Hello.
Hey, this is Cyborg.
Cy, welcome to the show. Thanks for calling.
Hey, it's good to hear you. I'm glad you're on today. Glad everything's going great. I heard a story today that I thought was remarkable and a little foreboding, but also a little funny.
Okay, shoot.
Would you like it? Okay, so in Seoul, Korea last night, every citizen in the city got a warning that imminent doom was about to happen, and they were advised to take cover and duck and cover like the old propaganda shows.
Right.
And that everything was up to no good. And I thought that was really amusing that the entire population of the city, millions of people, got this warning as if it was real.
Oh, was it deep fake?
Well, it wasn't a deep fake. It actually happened. All the citizens actually got this message, but it was their government giving them what was essentially a test, but they didn't tell anybody it was a test. And so the whole entire population had to go search for cover as though nuclear war was imminent. It was pretty amusing. It's not amusing. If that happened here, can you imagine how horrifying the world would become if every citizen was given a warning that nuclear weapons were about to fall upon us?
Oh yeah. That wouldn't bode well, I don't think. Let's see. Somebody's telling me I need to turn you up.
Oh, okay. I try not to yell.
You sound really loud to me. Oh wait, that's me.
Okay.
I can hear you.
It turns out.
Okay, go for it.
It turns out that this message was given as of reciprocation to North Korea having shot a rocket off with a spy satellite in it. Now, obviously, South Korea and North Korea have been pretty much enemies for decades, and
yeah,
they're on high alert. But I don't know if they've ever had previous instances where every citizen got messages to duck and cover. That's frightening. Just think about what would happen if we did that in New York City. Do you know how many people would die?
Yeah, they actually have already given them like advice. There was a commercial out where they told them, if this happens, you get this warning. Go inside, duck and cover, stay inside, get away from the windows, stuff like that. They've already given them instructions up there. I saw that a couple of months ago.
Right, and that's foreboding. That's frightening, and
yep.
It just makes me wonder what if all this stuff is bullcrap and nothing really severe is going on, but all they want to do is instill fear in our very psyches. It's just like 1984. That was what they did the whole entire time of 1984, right?
Yeah.
I know it's gonzo conspiracy theory, but it's hard to really understand what's going on when they do these things. So I thought it might be a good topic of discussion for today. I don't know if it's premature.
Well, yeah, sure. Like I say, Colin, I just mentioned, things that are going on. The phone calls are all on you guys. We can talk about anything y'all want.
Okay.
That's the whole point. It's the First Amendment. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not threatening, as long as you're not doing anything illegal, don't threaten to kill anybody or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I hadn't heard about that. And you're saying that the warning came from the South Korean government with regards to the North Korean government shooting off some kind of missile in their direction? Is that what you're saying?
Well, they had told the people of the entirety of Seoul, which is, I don't know how many millions, probably 18 million people. It's a phenomenally large city, right? It's bigger than anything we have in the United States.
Right.
And except for maybe New York City as a whole. But I mean, it's still a similar comparison. But they told everybody there that they needed to take cover as though the bombs were imminent, like actually falling. But all it was North Korea firing off supposedly a spy missile, a spy satellite. So you'd think they would have to know that, because although one nuclear missile could take out Seoul, which is probably what North Korea wants to do, they wouldn't shoot just one at a time. They'd shoot off dozens of them, So North Korea has dozens of missiles.
Yeah, but do they work?
Yeah, they do. History of China hooks them up with all the good stuff.
Oh, okay.
So people starve and they eat really weird food that we don't get, and they don't get a whole lot of food that we get, and all in exchange for missiles. That guy's nuts. But anyhow, he did his thing.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, I was going to say, it might possibly be a test. They're constant. It seems to me like they're, especially over the last 3 years, they're not really hiding it anymore, that they've been experimenting on us since Big Pharma took over everything, pretty much. The advertisements, right. The doctors, the medical field, everything else like that. So yeah, we are their experiments. We're their, it's almost like we live in some kind of a zoo anymore.
All right. Do you want to know why we want to take care of North Korea so much and why there's so much tension there? They don't tell us why that North Korea is so loud. North Korea sits on top of the world's largest neodymium mine. So they have access to the one most important material that we have going forward in our future artificial intelligence world. Neodymium is mandatory for almost all new technology. And they have the largest in the world of deposits. They sit on top of it, and they don't want to sell it. That's why they have money to make missiles and build nuclear programs. And the people starve, but, they're communists, so they were going to starve anyway, no matter how much money they had.
Sure.
So North Korea has a lot of the Western world by the balls just by having control of the neodymium. And then there's the lithium, which is the second main component in the technological world. And China has a lot of that.
That's funny. It's funny. It's funny that we haven't started some kind of a war with them somehow or another, because that's usually why we start wars, is for the resources.
That is, and that's why China has beefed up so strongly, and it's also why they talk a lot of crap, because the United States has our own resources that they want. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that another time, but the neodymium and the lithium are where it's at, and it's hugely contended for. They don't talk about that a whole lot, because if they told us what's going on, it's just imperialism, which I'm not sure if I'm completely against imperialism. It's kind of evil, but at the same time, it's humanity. We've always done this.
Yeah.
And it's not just as a nation, but all nations have been imperialist to some degree. I just would find it better that they were honest about it. You know, if you're dishonest about it, that you can't trust them. But if they tell us what they're doing, it may not be right, but you can understand it better.
Sure. Yeah, the truth always comes out when it comes right down to it, even if it's 50 years later.
Right. So anyhow, I just wanted to call and talk to you, and I'm certainly happy that you made such an amazing soundtrack on Monday, because I was in a really dark place, and it all worked out really well. It was good to hear you. So I hope you guys do that again, or maybe with Vincenzo.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Yes, I'll have to work something out with Vincenzo. You know, he's an ad man, so DJing is gonna be he's gonna be trying that out like for the first time and stuff.
It'll be perfect, I'm sure. So, all right, have fun out there, guys, and have a great evening, friends. I'll see you in a bit.
Thanks so much for calling, Cy.
Bye,
Have a great night. Have a great night. Wow, something to think about. And if that's the case, now neodymium, isn't that, according to, let's see, who said this on here? That's magnets? Neodymium, like magnets? Like these little magnets that are really, really hard to get apart sometimes, and they're very, 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 very strong. I'm not an electronics person, and the new stuff especially, I'm not up on at all. I barely know how to use it. So, 451 Actual says, North Korea will start an attack by blowing up all the air defense first. Their artillery is dialed in on the SAM sites. Ask me how I know. Weren't you a part of that at one time when you were in the military? 451 Actual says, because if it flies, it dies. Yeah. That would have been your specialty or something. Space Pirate Yvonne, welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here and making sure. Cole, the salty hooker. Super Trucker. All right, making sure I'm not missing anybody on these platforms. Oh, let's see. That was a great call. Neodymium magnets are in every rotational computer hard drive. Even the solid state ones? All right. Greetings, you're on the air.
Hi, it's Hallie. Hi. I tried getting on earlier, and I guess your thing wasn't working yet or something. I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Hi, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was away last week was a Jewish holiday, so I couldn't, call anything. But I'm here, and it's funny. I was going to call you right after I just saw that thing on Twitter about Biden falling, and it's very sad.
That's a hip breaker right there. I'm telling you.
Well, absolutely. I don't know. People. I don't say whether or not he'll win the re-election, but there's enough people that just hate Republicans, so or just again the people backing him now are just so much this power. I was thinking this whole the whole woke thing going on with the companies have gone woke on steroids. Yet this pushback, with what's happening with Target and Disney, Budweiser. Do you see this as kind of a turning point, a tipping point? That it's like sort of a snowballing effect. I'm wondering if it would even affect elections.
It could be, and actually, I think part of it already is, because I was talking about it earlier. There's a scorecard supposedly for a lot of these investors in some of these businesses and stuff like that, and they all seem to be these really rich woke people that put all this pressure on people. They literally have a division where they go around and visit these companies and tell these CEOs and everybody what they expect to see, or they get these bad grades on this diversity thing, and then they start getting all kinds of pressure. And
does it affect them finance? Because I was reading somewhere about things now that, or what is it, funding, or what do we call it? My brain's fried right now, this heat, but I think, do they have to have an ESG scoring, or what would happen if they didn't? Because I heard about some companies that are just disregarding it now, or saying, well, we'll just get other investors and other that.
Yeah, that's what I say. The only thing I can think of, and the only thing that I've been able to find about it, is that they get pressure from the corporate, or from whatever this association is, and supposedly they're all of these people's donors or benefactors or whatever like that. They're the ones that pay them the money. So yeah, I would venture to say without a DEI score or whatever like that, folks just go to other investors, or and I don't think that there's still only like 1 or 2% of the population. So I don't understand why it's getting so.
I don't get it either. Why are you allowing? It's like a tail wagging the dog. I don't know why are they being allowed to get away with so much. That infuriates me. As I say, 10 years I never cared. I think it just started with the whole marriage thing, but I just never saw such insanity.
Yeah, according to according to 451 Actual, he says if the company is publicly traded, they're subject to an ESG and DEI score. So they're doing this to schools, they're doing this to governments, they're doing this to libraries.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I know I work in a library, so it's a problem down the road. The issue of, where there's any place that maybe gets federal funding, certainly. But, I think there's so much else going on in the world, and this is taken over. Your previous caller talking about, North Korea, concerned about the outside world, and I feel like none of the young people here are noticing. But, somehow this seems to take precedence. I just don't get it. But I'm hoping that. I hate to see employees laid off at Target and these other. But it's such a pleasure to watch these companies just sort of, slink away, I guess. But unfortunately, it's collateral damage. But I mean, if they paying attention to the outside world, and that's a word. I feel like things are coming to a head or something. I don't know if it's just me. I think it's this way. Anyway, I'm gonna have to get back to work here. But just let you know, I like the show. I like what you're trying to do.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you will have a nice weekend. Okay.
Okay. You too. Thanks so much for calling. Have a great week.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. Stay safe up there. That's our friend from New York. Thank you for calling, Hallie. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's see. Where were we? Like I say, that's very concerning, of course, the Korean thing. And of course, damn well that once our leaders, elected officials, etc., discover how effective it was, we might be the next test. So, what can I tell you? The only thing you can do is have faith and do whatever you can do to take care of you and your family. Because we all know that this is coming. Let's see. I don't want to miss anybody here. Let's see. I got 420 from... Let's see who... Young Boy. Thank you. You get one of these. One of those. You get one of those. Thank you so much for the donation. 420. Of course, we all know what he does for a living. Apropos, Rocky. Thank you so much. He says you need to turn up your callers if you can. They're all the way up. In fact, I've got the speaker all the way up now to where when it rings, it blows my eardrums out. Is there... Am I missing something maybe on OBS? Because I wasn't having that trouble before. Let me see something here. No, that's right. Okay. I'll try to make it louder when somebody else calls, if somebody else calls. And of course, the phone lines are open. This show is for you to voice your First Amendment rights. trying to give everybody the opportunity not to voluntarily give them up by keeping your lips zipped. Because that's not what we're about. Okay, where was I? I had my notes. I messed up my notes here just now. Excuse me for 1 second. Let me find my place. Okay, Biden falling. Okay. Here we go. Vote for them. Okay. Talking about how they're now trying to convince everybody that old people shouldn't be in charge. But, I mean, you've seen all of these incompetent old people that are there. They even brought back Feinstein. And the woman can barely open her eyes. In fact, I believe that's what I covered last week. The results of voting blue, no matter who. Basically, they keep the same old fucks in office forever and ever and ever and ever and ever until their sons, daughters, or whomever can take over. Because even the young people, I believe Jimmy Dore complains about this quite often. And like AOC, you got people like AOC, and you got people like Cory Booker and some of the squad and everything, the younger people and everything like that. They got their own agenda, and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this and everything. But when it came right down to it, like force the vote, and on the one thing that they've all been yammering about, which is Medicaid for all, or Medicare for all, which I still don't think they understand completely, but we won't get off topic here. But, I mean, even when it came to force the vote, they went along with the old fucks' reasoning and ways and votes. So, if you don't have the old fucks in there, you're still going to have people in there that act like and vote like the old fucks. What difference is it going to make? None. So stop trying to convince us that these old folks don't belong there, because you follow right in their footsteps and you keep voting them in. While you complain about how old and white they are. I mean, thank you, 451 Actual. Thanks for being here. Space Cowboy. Let's see. I'm trying to ignore you guys. Let's see. YouTubers. Bulls Dip. Thoughts on EO 13848. You will have to tell me what that is. I have no idea. Or if somebody wants to look it up for me and shoot me the link real quick. Goeth Brooks says, hi, that's true. I try not to lie too much, Goeth. Not real sure exactly when you wrote that. Dr. Gadsad calls it the DIE religion. Fitting. Yes, it is. It's more than. It's like a cult. Because you can't even question it. Just what I say or else. No, I'm sorry. Humanity has never worked that way. And you guys really don't have any real power. Of course, they're going to try and make lots of laws and everything like that. That's still what Pastor Satellite calls legalism. Guy who made the joke, guy who said it louder in front of the whole class. Nikola Tesla, yes. I know how to spin vinyl. Back then there were no CDs. Yeah, I went through all of those. In fact, as an Xer, I'm quite pissed off about the amount of times I've had to buy my music. From 8 tracks all the way now to these damn dollar and whatever it is. At least you don't have to buy the whole album for a good song anymore. Do they even make albums anymore? I don't even think so. Excuse me. All right. So, now, the only one of them, the younger people that they fired, of course, you know, is this Sam person. Sam, what the hell was his name? Sam Brenton? Okay, yeah, my notes. He's actually, and you know, I never heard anything wrong about actually wearing a dress in the 10 Commandments. But I'm pretty sure that stealing is in there somewhere. Not to mention, it's just not right. I mean, for fuck's sake, Sam Brinton, or whatever your name is. Here's your privileged white ass working your way up, or should I say networking your way up into the government higher ranks and all of that. Meanwhile, with all the perks and the privileges and the dough that came along with it. While you literally steal at least one woman of color that we know of, hard lifetime work, and then fucked up her entire fashion show, which also probably took at least a half a year, if not more, to prep. Okay? For not to mention the investments and the fees for curating such a show. Yeah, so yeah, just who the hell do you think you are? Never mind. Don't answer that. We already know who you think you are. And frankly, most don't agree. But, you know what is all right? You being different. That's all right. I wasn't put on this earth, though, to please and coddle you. Or anyone else, for that matter. Mind you, we both belong here, and we're here for a purpose. But mine is not here to cater to you and your ilk. And I don't ever remember anyone asking you to cater to me either. So, yeah, if you have any problems with that, and that goes for everybody, you can take it up with my father. My maker, my father. I am merely the vessel. You'll have to take it up with him. And he says that I can't come and play with you. And don't expect me to lie to you either. I'm not supposed to do that either. Father says no. Besides, I don't have that much brain power anymore to actually remember what the fuck I lied about. So, you don't want to hear the truth from me? Don't ask. Word of personal advice, though? It's completely freeing. It really is a completely freeing thing. Because you would be amazed. And it actually does show that you do love people. By telling them the truth, not lying to them. Okay? If they can't handle it, they'll probably even stop coming around. And that could be a blessing, too. Alright, but back to what I was saying earlier about the women's luggage thief. I hope this woman of color sues your white dome right the fuck off. Or at least you're made to pay for her troubles. Alright, phone calls galore today. Greetings, you're on the air. Talk loud.
Hi, yeah, hello?
We can hear you.
All right, cool. My name's Granny. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, Granny.
Why you got that man falling over like that?
I just left it there while I was talking about stuff. I'll use some more visuals here in a minute.
All right, that's very disrespectful to our president.
You sound like Alex Stein. This has got to be Alex. This sounds like Alex Stein. I would love it if it's Alex Stein. You're great.
Yeah, my name is Alex Stein.
You sound like him. It's probably a deep fake,
right.
though.
Yeah, no, you use the words deep fake too much. Deep fakes are where you cover people's faces with images and make them say shit that they don't usually say.
You can deep fake somebody's voice, too.
Can you?
Oh, yes, sir.
I thought that was just an impression.
Some people can do impressions, but I've actually seen a couple of websites where they deepfake voice. In fact, you can actually clone your own self now and deepfake your own voice and everything on this AI.
Whoa, I can clone myself?
Yes, you can.
Now, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
I clone myself and I have sex with it, is that, like, gay?
It brings new meaning to self-love. Actually, I would actually consider that more like masturbation, actually.
Thank you. I've been trying to tell people that for years. And I've got a lot of pushback on that, not from my own clone, but just from people in the community.
Like I say, it brings playing to yourself a new meaning.
Yeah. Am I still loud enough to turn myself down?
Can everybody hear this person? This is It sounds like Alex Stein, guys. What do you think?
No, I'm not Alex Stein. Alex Stein's a homosexual.
Oh, okay.
I've had discussions with him.
Okay,
hello?
so you called yourself Granny. What all do you have to say? The world wants to know what you have to say.
Well, I'm really concerned. I think we need to build a wall around Louisiana.
Why?
We need to keep, because the Acadian, a.k.a. the Cajuns, are a real problem, a menace to society. We need to contain those people as quick as possible. They are rogue French people, and they deserve to be contained in the swamp where they belong.
Okay. But I live in the swamp, but not in Louisiana.
Are you Acadian?
No.
Well, then
Acadians
we're not talking about this thing.
Oh, okay. Acadians, weren't they originally Canadians?
They are from Nova Scotia. They're called rogue French.
Okay.
They went rogue, and they went down to the swamp and started eating lizards and mud bugs. And they have gotten out of control.
Lizards, you mean like gators?
Yeah, big ones.
I've tried gator. It's actually pretty good. Tastes like chicken.
Yes, I am also from Florida, and I like gator, but I'm just saying that wall needs to be built.
Okay. And how are you going to get that done? How would you propose to get that done?
I'm gonna make the Louisianans and the rogue French, aka the Acadians, pay for it.
I see.
Yeah.
And how are you going to get them to do that? How are you going to talk them into that?
I'm gonna take their damn airboats.
Oh.
I'm going to take every last airboat out of Louisiana until there's a wall put up around it.
Someone thinks that I'm talking to Brian Krasenstein. Are you Brian Krasenstein?
I'm not. No.
You literally sound like Alex Stein 99. Which would, like I say, would be an honor to have you here. Gay or not.
Well, I can assure you I am not Alex Stein.
Okay.
I have somebody who follows me because I am live on my channel as well, and his name's Goeth Brooks, and he is a pussy, and he follows me around. So he said my real name in your chat. So there's that as well.
TJ. That's your real name?
Yeah,
wow, he sounds
call me
familiar.
Granny.
Hi, TJ. Hi. My $900 hat I paid in full. Ask the caller what he paid for in full last.
What did I pay for in full last? A vehicle. Cash.
Wow. A used one?
Yes, it was used.
Okay.
Lightly. I checked for jizz stains.
Okay. It was... So they at least used it to go to the drive-in at least once then.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but I'm saying there was no jizz stains.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. So nobody used it to go to the drive-in.
Well, when I blacklighted it, there wasn't any jizz in it.
Oh, good.
Or, seminal fluid. So I think that I think I got a pretty clean car on the inside. Engine's good.
Goeth, a $900 hat. Was it made of gold or something?
No, he is referring to somebody that I do not get along with who have paid $900 for a hand-weaved Hawaiian reed hat, which is bizarre to me. But it came in a box.
Really? And is the box pregnant now?
He may have came in the box. I don't know. If I paid $900 for it, I'm coming in the box.
You could make a no-moving parts pulse jet engine with a Tesla valve. Super trucker. Oh, these guys love to talk tech.
Anyway,
So you wanted to make sure to tell...
to say we have gotten way off subject here.
Okay.
Quit putting that senior citizen falling down. He might be a robot or something, but you know what? That's our damn president.
Our damn president. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't vote for him.
That doesn't matter.
Why not?
I didn't vote for it because Ronald Reagan was my president. I wasn't even alive.
Then he wasn't your president yet.
Yeah, he was.
He was your mama president or your daddy
He
president.
was the damn constitutional president of America.
Yeah, so you like him, huh? You like Reagan?
No,
No, you don't like Reagan.
no, I despise Reagan,
Okay.
but
So-
he was still my president
Oh,
at one point
So
before I was
who do you like?
alive.
Well, that doesn't mean I can't make fun of him. And hey, I didn't make him fall. He
I
blamed
liked Nixon.
he blamed it on Trump. Oh, Mr. Jowls. Okay, I was a little bit younger.
Yeah.
I was a little young then.
I wasn't alive again. But you know what? He knew what he wanted, and he would whip the shit out of his dog, to keep it in line. And I like both of those things
I
in
see.
presidential qualities.
I see. Do you have a black man that's acting like a table for you right now?
No.
No. Okay.
But Checkers got what was coming. You can't quit barking. Agnew's going to come in there and whip your ass. And that's what you deserve, Checkers.
Well, that was Nixon's dog, right? Checkers?
Yeah.
I do believe, yeah. In fact, it's pretty funny. Sometimes the dogs were more famous than the presidents.
No, they weren't. You remember Nixon, you had to think about who Checkers was.
I remember Checkers. But
Do
don't
you?
forget, I was very, very,
Okay.
very young. I was very young back then.
I wasn't alive. You remember what kind of dog Checkers was? Let's see it. Let's refresh your memory.
Nah, I don't remember what kind of dog it was.
Cocker Spaniel.
Okay. I'll take your word for
One
it.
of the most aggressive breeds on the planet. It goes Pit Bull, Cocker Spaniel. They will eat your face off.
Okay. I always worried about the Chihuahuas. Kevin says he could listen to this conversation all night. Big Fat Paulie! Welcome to the show.
Bam, are you on Rumble also?
I am. We are live.
Okay.
We're live on Rumble, Odysee, and YouTube at the moment.
What is an Odyssey?
Another live streaming platform that I'm on right now. That's actually
I thought it was some kind of deep sea ship.
a long time ago. Actually, there's another. It's spelled Odyssee. It's not spelled like the regular Odyssey, like the Odyssey and the Iliad.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
Another free speech streaming platform, which actually is getting quite popular. Even Paul Joseph Watson and Young Ripa and who else do I follow over there? Salty Cracker. Lots of people are on. In fact, that's how I discovered it. Salty Cracker.
Well, that is cool. I like that you have passion for what you do.
Yes, sir. I'm an old rocker chick who doesn't like being told what I can think and say.
I agree with you. I'm also I'm intoxicated.
Okay, if you say so.
No, I'm no. That's if you blood tested me right now, I would be twice the legal limit to drive.
Okay, no driving then.
Okay.
Promise?
No.
No? I like this guy.
I don't make promises I can't keep.
Ah, well, that should be one you can keep if you're that drunk. No driving. No driving.
What about a go-kart?
I wouldn't suggest it, but at least you're not on the road. At least you're only going to kill yourself if that's the case. Maybe. I don't know. What kind of go-kart?
Just your standard, white trash go-kart.
Oh, okay. You built it yourself, did you?
Yeah, weed eater motor, couple shotguns in it. Go take out some of the raccoons and coyotes around here.
A weed eater motor? That pushes you around?
Yeah, it gets you going pretty good. I mean,
Must have been one hell of a weed eater.
Well, you ain't hauling ass, but it gets you up on them critters.
Oh, like a scooter, okay. Some drunk bum I know, drunken Rocky, that's all. No one special except special needs.
That is fair.
Okay.
Well, listen,
Tweak?
Thank you for your time. Also,
You bet.
Can I do a promotion real quick?
Go
before
right
I
ahead.
go?
Go right ahead.
Girth Brooks, suck my cock. You're fucking retarded. I hate you. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for calling. Everybody's laughing at you, man. You're great. All right. Thank you for calling. He said his name was Granny. Sounded like Stein 99 to me. Or Tweak. Somebody else said that it was one of the Krastensteins. Can't imagine the Krastenstein calling me and telling me that I'm being disrespectful to the president. I was going to say, man, he was disrespectful to that stage, if you ask me. Okay, and of course, you interrupted me in the middle of my thought on this, too, which is fine. This show is for you guys. So please, keep calling. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. This is great. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we were talking about the guy, Sam Brinton, that stole the Woman of Color's clothing line that she was supposed to be showing. She was literally on her way to go show it at a fashion show and everything like that. And he basically used his white privilege, if you will, to get away with it. And he's getting better positions and all this other stuff based on his delusional titles. And meanwhile, a woman of color was left without. I mean, I wonder how much money and accolades and everything that she lost from him doing that to her. And of course, why are people like these not the actual white folks that people are mad at? You know what I'm saying? They're always screaming and yelling how bad white people are so bad, white people are so bad, white men. Why is it that the ones that mind their business, do their thing, not worry about what you're doing, that are always the ones that get the bullshit thrown at them and then blame for whatever oppression you might have perceived today? I just don't get it, and I'm not allowing you to come after my men because they have nothing to do with you. They could care less about what you want to do, even if it is cutting off your penis or whatever. Super Trucker says, "Oh, okay, you guys are still talking tech up here." The Tesla thing. Hey, did you hear Biden fell? Yeah, I'm sorry. That keeps on playing, doesn't it? And of course, the thing that pisses, I'm fixing to change it. I'm sorry. I'm fixing to change it. But I was going to say, the thing that actually really pisses me off the most about these folks are the temper tantrums that they throw when they do get the actual viral attention that they beg for. But wait, they want to dictate that too. Not only do we have to watch your dumbasses make absolute fools of yourself while making millions, but now you want us to join in and support you no matter what? Nah, I think I'll pass on that. Meanwhile, the majority of your rhetoric is hateful, misogynistic, and I mean towards both sexes, male and female. So, I've said on more than one occasion, and I'm writing this down so I don't get it wrong, but folks like Dylan and now his friend James, whatever, Rose, or whatever it is, Odin calls him Dollar Store Dylan. These people practically beg for fame. I know Dylan's been working on it for at least 10 years. All right? He's done at least 10 years between his coincidental appearances on Ellen and his Price is Right and all these other places that he's shown up and done whatever to get attention. He tiptoed into the algorithm of trend, and then it went viral. So did his and then so did his I'm a Little Girl stick, which is abomination as well. He even admits that the first one of the kind with the lady first day as a woman crying and all this other stuff and everything like that was a fluke. It was a joke. He didn't do this on purpose. Or he didn't, maybe he did. Like I say, you try things until they work. Then this other guy that supposedly people mistake for Dylan, of which he has quite well coattailed Dylan, complaining and whining on the internet because Trump used him and Dylan in one of his commercials. One of his commercials just made him more famous.
Friends,
Listen to this shit.
Less fun video today than I would have hoped. I found out that Donald Trump used me and my gorgeous friend Dylan in his most recent advertisement, and I'll
show you that in a minute.
And I kind of fell apart. And I didn't want to tell you that because I didn't want to like look weak, and I was like, oh my god, that's so stupid. I cry on the internet all the time. Like, why is today any different? Because it is different. Because it's personal, and it's also different.
It's always personal with you guys. It's always. And you guys have put yourselves out here to do this. And what, have these people never been on the internet before? You know, the land of electronic trolls and keyboard warriors that do nothing but try to get your goat and try to get you to blather about this stuff so that they can suck off of your fame, your viral fame on these channels and everything like that. They act like they've never been, they act like they don't know what the internet is all about. And that's, especially on these social media platforms, that's what it's about. Going viral and everybody trying to go viral with you. And of course, you know the old saying, if it bleeds, it leads. So I get, you know, and like I say, these people will sit here and complain. I want fame. Give me attention, 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 attention. And then when they get it, but they get it from somebody that they don't like or don't want them to give them attention. Oh, shame on him for making me more famous. And of course, in the commercial, you'll see his name was, their faces were flashed. You barely recognize them. But yeah, listen to this guy whine. If I had to hear it, you guys had to hear it. But he's always, don't make me more famous.
Because I fear for the safety of our community, and I felt...
Yeah, they're always fearing for the safety of their community. Oh, they're going through a genocide. They're going through a genocide. I have yet to hear about any of them. If this was actually, once again, if this was actually happening, we would hear nothing but this person died. We would know every single one of them's names. We would know exactly how they died. Somebody would take some kind of blame for it and be in some kind of trial for the rest of their lives over it, or in jail for the rest of their lives over it. There'd be protests everywhere. And I'm not seeing that. So how is it that you're not safe? You're up there screaming, attention, 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 attention. But then when you get it, oh my God, save me! I don't even know most women that do that. So, no. And this is the ad that he's whining about.
It's an invasion of America. Streets flooded with poison, killing millions. Enemies and tyrants on opposite sides of the globe laugh at us. Wars threaten us. The threat of nuclear annihilation, once forgotten, is now real again. America's weakness has become their strength. The global elitists who send your kids to war, who tell you a woman is a man and a man is a woman.
Several days later.
Yeah, see, just a little flash on his commercial. Now, I couldn't actually, I looked all over the place. That's one of the reasons why I was late. I was having trouble finding some of this stuff to show you guys. But this is the reason why this person is hollering. Because of the fact that they flashed his face on a Trump commercial for not even 3 seconds. Like I say, had he not come out with all this, I wouldn't have even recognized them. So now he's sitting here, oh, I'm in such danger, I'm in such danger, come and give me, it's almost like if he's saying, give me danger, prove my point for me. I've been saying all of this bullshit for all this years and none of it's come to fruition, but I'm going to keep spewing it. So please, come make it happen. It's almost like he's asking for it, just so that he can point the finger. See how bad I told you they were? Give me a break. Give me a break. And another thing, you're not speaking for anybody that I know. And again, stop with the genocide. You people are not being genocide. If nothing else, you're being treated very well. Better than a lot of you fucking deserve. Okay? So, now you see why he's whining and crying about this. And I'm going to read you some of the comments. Just to give you the idea, just to let you guys know that nobody's buying this shit anymore. All right? The person that actually posted this, called the Right Wing Angel on Instagram, says, crying because Donald Trump used this person and Dylan Mulvaney in a campaign ad. That's hilarious. Planty Pie says, I'd say call your therapist, but so many therapists these days are just so disordered. So, thoughts and prayers. Here's another one. Hillary Isaac says, boy, get a grip and go shave. Since mental challenge has been redefined, what do we call this? I call it a whiny man that's looking for attention and gets upset when he gets it. They don't know what they want, and nothing's ever good enough. You're entitled to your opinion, RJ Peterson, and I'd check my grammar if I were you. If you guys want to see somebody over there is insulting me on Rumble, like I give a fuck. All right. Anyway, besides, it's a stage name if you have to know. All right. I'm actually sad because I know he loved the attention. Probably one of his greatest moments ever. Also, I say, even the people in the comments and everything like this, a majority of the people are not buying this crap anymore. These people have become bullies. And they're wanting to overstep everybody for everything. Especially women. I won't even go into the sports shit. We know about all of that already. Side note about this also too. Something that came across my feed while I was doing all of this stuff. Now all of a sudden Dilly boy or girl or whatever is straight-ish. Everyone seems to be talking about this now. It's like I see, and on every single one of them. I told you so. I told you he was a grifter. I told you this and that and the other thing. And it's like, so, okay, you knew it. But yet most of you still used him to make content. He was all over the internet. Everybody, don't lie. You used his 15 minutes of fame just as much as he did. The only difference is you probably didn't make as much money at it. Okay. So, yeah, he grifted all the way to the bank, and I saw him, and I actually saw him complaining, too, just after the Bud Light thing about how he wasn't expecting this kind of fame, etc., blah, 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 sob story, feel bad for me because I've got millions of followers and millions of dollars. And also, too, I seem to remember something similar, that video when he's in the pink with sideburns. I seem to remember him mentioning something like that before he even started this girl thing, the year of a girl or whatever it is. Something about him getting preggers even before he did the Days of Girlhood, something like that. Because I've been following Odin's Men for a long time, and he seems to be pretty obsessed with Dilly. That's what he calls him, even. He's even got a nickname. He loves this guy to death, evidently. But again, it's good good subject matter, I guess you could say. Oh, and by the way, this was something I'd forgotten to ask, and when I thought about it and everything like that. Remember the gala that he had for his girl anniversary? This is something that it struck me, but I couldn't put my finger on it until today. And as a performer myself, who performs at their own surprise party? Or their own tribute? Who actually performs at their own tribute? And why didn't anybody ask that question? That's a no-no. And the fact that he threw this party himself and did all that other stuff, he didn't throw a party. He put on a show for everybody. So that should tell you that he's an actor. I think all of these people are. Anyway, to me, it looks like these are just not only more examples of pride goeth before a fall, but also be careful what you wish for or work for 10 years, because you just may get it. And it isn't always the glam that it's chalked up to be or cracked up to be or that you might think it might be. And it might not be, and it's definitely not going to be what you imagined it would be, especially if you start signing contracts for everybody else to control your life. It's also as if, again, they're totally new to the internet. You know, who will, these people will do or say or comment anything to control your actions and emotions and get you to virally complain about what they said and how badly it hurt your feelings and that you're causing them danger when there is none. And these trolls are basically laughing at you. That's why they become anonymous keyboard warriors. Okay? Splintery loot. Who? Odysee always does that shit. What shit to you? Salty Man Jameson. That's a good one. Whores perform at their own tribute. Is that what it is, Kevin? I think Kevin would know. He's expert on some of these shows. Greetings, you're on the air.
Hi, it's Limited Access.
Limited. I'm doing fantastic. You sound better today. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the show.
Oh well, thank you very much. I've been like, trying to focus on what I need to do for my family and oh God, I had the aereo garden going and all of the plants going and everything. Dude, if you guys can get an aereo garden going, you can actually start tomato plants and everything. It's wonderful. It's good. And but you have to know what to do with them damn tomato plants. So, I mean, and quit yelling at me, kitten. My cat's yelling at me. She's like, meow, you're talking to somebody and you're just, yeah.
My cat gets jealous too.
I know, she's jealous. I'm talking to somebody.
M-Tide, welcome.
So anyways, I just put a bunch of herbs out that I got from the garden place, and it's been hot and cold here, and then a lot of rain here in South Dakota. I mean, stop it, kitten, stop it. And I've had some stuff die from the nursery that I planted because of the hot and cold and a lot of rain and everything.
Space Cowboy, he's on Rumble. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Oh.
I'm multitasking here. Somebody asked me about the person.
No, that's fine.
Somebody asked me about the person on Rumble making fun of me. They hate to break it to me. BRAKE.
Just make fun of her, and you know what? I'll come kick your ass. How's that?
Yeah. RJ Peterson. He hates to break it to me. BRAKE. That's all right. That's all right. You can keep driving. As I say, like I give a fuck what you think. I'm not gonna click. I was gonna say I'm not gonna click end because you don't like me. You know, you can do that, but I've got a show to do here.
So anyway,
Bobby, welcome. You still with me? She always gets cut off all the time.
Is Hallie there?
She was. She called me a little while ago.
Hallie! Oh, goodness. Anyways, I love her. And I've been kind of trying to stay up with YouTube because we need to, right?
Uh-huh.
Anyways, some of the stuff that we need to be aware of is that John Kerry, what did he say the other day? We're cutting gross stuff because it's 30% of the carbon thing, and you know what? Fuck him.
No thanks. Not even on his best day.
Yeah, for real. Not 30% of the carbon thing. Yeah. Get fucked, nigga.
Bobby
Not
says,
even going there.
it means kosher and you will have that on your product or they will destroy you. It's basically extortion.
Whatever. I mean, I'm fine with kosher. Oh my God, here we come. All right, so I'm in South Dakota and we're gonna have another tornado.
Oh no!
Fly through here. No, I mean seriously. I mean this is unusual weather, and they're like, no, it's just super El Nino, whatever. No, really, no.
That wasn't.
No.
That wasn't for tornadoes. That was.
Right?
I thought that was
Yeah,
the Gulf Stream and the stream that goes around the Earth and the ocean.
Yeah, it's like down towards you guys.
Okay. Yeah,
Not us. Not us. Yeah. So I'm like, oh my freaking God. I'm like,
read a
all
book.
Right, so my sky in South Dakota is just starting to turn green. So I might have to leave you guys here because yeah. This is what you get when you feed the planet with stuff. Jeez, old pizza. Love you guys. Just, anyways, keep growing your stuff, dude. Even if you're getting hammered like I am with like rain and heat and rain and heat and rain and heat. Figure it out. Figure it out. Love you guys. Mwah.
Thanks for calling.
Later.
Bye-bye. Stay safe up there. Good night. All right, everybody. Limited access. That's 4 phone calls today. Fantastic. All right. Are we going to go for 5 or more? All right. So, again, these guys, if they haven't guessed by now, that's what Trolls and Keyboards Warriors are using your fame to ramp up theirs, basically. It's a total majority of the internet. And so we know now, isn't Trump the #1 internet troll on so yeah, sob all you want on the internet, folks. You asked for this. No one is holding you back. No one is oppressing you that I can tell. If that was the case, we would never see your faces anywhere. We would never hear any of your drivel. Okay, so you're not being held back. Nobody's oppressing you. You've brought your own selves to this, and if you're lucky, and we get our wish, your 15 minutes will run out quickly. All right? Besides, if you're doing internet fame and you really are worried about what everybody on here thinks of you, to the point of sobbing uncontrollably on the net, while proclaiming to be some kind of a victim, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. The whole point of this fame is everything is not to give a shit what your haters think. You're supposed to market your haters. All right? Who hasn't learned that by now? Including Trump. And I actually get the feeling that that might possibly be the reason why they are being so upset all the time. Because it does make people hate you. And you can market that and make money on that with the numbers on that just as much as the lovers. So like I say, that's the way it works. But if they really are complaining, get used to it. It's the internet, dude. Chick, whatever. Hence the cliche that all that glitters is not gold. And be careful what you wish for. You may just get it. And so far, they are. It seems like they're getting it, but good. Well, according to them anyway. All right. Click, 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 click away at their phony anguish, folks. That is really the dopamine that they crave. The more viral, the more clicks. And I think they even get off on the haters. They have to. I mean, because it's usually half and half when it comes right down to it. I mean, like I say, who hasn't learned to market off them? It's Trump's specialty, if you ask me. It's not like they're going to anytime soon either. The trolls, I mean. And the keyboard warriors. Let's see. Cowboy on the mountains with his posse. Oh, aren't they adorable? Rock candy. All right. I want candy. Let's see. Bet there's a few gentlemen on here that wants candy too. What? I didn't say that. Okay, in case anyone is interested, let me see if I can find this. And where this seeming actual cliche came from of pride and falling afterwards. From the book of Proverbs, pride goeth before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. Now they've got 1, 2, 3. I don't know what all of these acronyms are. They're different versions of the Bible here. I'm looking at Bible reference here. It says, this often cited proverb notes that arrogance puts a person at risk for disaster. As with many such statements, it is true in both physical and spiritual ways, as we're seeing. I showed you a couple already. Overestimating one's athletic skills might result in severe injury. Cocky fighters, those who become too self-confident, might suffer a stunning upset. History is full of losses and tragedies set up by someone's smug self-assurance. And we do see that all the time. We see it a lot. So today, of course, for some reason or another, I always end up having a good Thursday on an odd day or a weird day or at the beginning of something. But this is the beginning of Pride Month. And in honor of keeping things simple, I'm being facetious here. Yay for you guys! You have sex with the same sex and basically let us into your bedroom whenever you make your claims of homosexuality. Not an accomplishment. This is not facetious. Not an accomplishment in any sense of the word, and definitely nothing to be prideful about. I mean, I know the teenage guys will go, oh, I had sex last night. Oh. But that still makes them look terrible. All right. Pride is supposedly one of the deadly sins. Just the examples that were given here on what it actually means. And what actually happens, you do get a big head. What do they call it when I was a kid? Yeah, too big for your britches. Hey, you're getting too big for your britches there. Okay. Pride is, like, again, supposedly one of the deadly sins, and we are seeing that kind of thing happen all the time now. Look at all the boycotts. Look at the boycotts. The Miller boycott. Now, I did the Miller boycott. I don't know if anybody else did. The Budweiser boycott, which actually, I think, this is my opinion, and, because there's a lot of people, it's going on. It's been 2 months now. Their sales stocks and everything have gone down. But I think part of that also, too, is when this was brought to our attention and people were actually banning it or protesting it or not buying it anymore because of DM, I believe that also brought to light that this was no longer an American company. And henceforth, I think people are staying away from it because of the fact that not only do they feel betrayed, but they also know that they have been, because this is not an American company anymore. And a lot of these people that were boycotting it are patriots, and they would rather buy American. That's a mantra. Okay? Trump supporters, it's not something to be unexpected. Again, it's just an opinion of mine. I think that's one of the reasons why it continues to falter. Like I say, it was brought to light during this debacle that it's no longer an American company, which means they don't really have American values in their company, corporate, whatever you want to call it. So again, I'm not surprised that Budweiser's doing as badly as they have been. You got the Target boycott. You got the now the Chick-fil-A boycott. Now I haven't seen a whole lot of people on the right boycotting Chick-fil-A. I did hear Tim Pool talk about it on his IRL last night, I think, or something like that, or whatever. So yeah, they have a diversity and equity. They must have sold it. That doesn't sound like a Christian thing anymore, and it didn't sound like that they would fall for it if they still were. So now Chick-fil-A is actually has been boycotted by both the left and the right, just like Bud Light has. Not in that order, of course, but they're for the same reasons, of course. So, all the boycotts and everything like that these are the prideful things that are coming before before their falls as far as that goes. Okay. And yeah, people are just refusing to buy products that go on this woke journey to, well, at least lesser sales. I'm not saying that these are huge companies, and they do have subsidies. In fact, that's the point of DEI. That's the point of all of this diversity stuff that's going on, is they're getting subsidies from these other woke investors, if you will. And again, how did these woke people get so much money? But I think I know. We all know, I think. Toasty! How generous of you. Thank you so much for the donation. You get one of these. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Every little bit goes back into this particular calling here. In fact, again, I'm actually making plans. I have installed the new and bigger or faster RAM on here. I just haven't had the chance to do all the finagling on the video card, because I know I'm going to have to do new drivers and all that other stuff. And then, of course, I'll try to get with my dear friend Yvonne and see if he'll tweak it for me, because I'm actually getting flashes every once in a while now that I've changed the memory. But it's very few and far between. The only thing that's happening now is, like I say, if I do anything extra still, I'm getting, like you saw the videos buffer when I was trying to show them to you and everything like that. Okay, so now the unfortunate thing about a lot of these boycotts means shittier conditions for the little guy, the smaller corporations. In fact, was one of the things that I thought maybe possibly they were doing this on purpose for. So I don't trust a whole lot of this stuff, even though their sales are going down and their stocks are going down and everything like that. They're not destitute. They're not actually going out of any kind of business. I haven't heard any of them file any kind of bankruptcy or anything yet as far as that goes. And I possibly, because of that, I think they might possibly be doing this on purpose. They were planning for these losses, maybe not quite as much, but I'm thinking that they might have possibly been doing these on purpose, this kind of thing on purpose, because the people that distribute their beer and everything are like mom and pop type of shops. They're like little mom and pop warehouses. They distribute the beers, they distribute the soft drinks. They have contracts. They're like the middlemen in between the manufacturer and the stores and the bars and the things like that. And those actually are the people that are getting hurt the worst on this, which makes me think that they might possibly be doing this on purpose to hurt the little mom and pop shops. I mean, the gas stations have all done it. Have you seen a gas truck that has Exxon or any of the actual companies on the trucks anymore? There's only one company now that delivers gas to all of these gas stations. What's to say they're not going to do it to the beer distributors and all that other too? Walmart does it too. They distribute all their own stuff. So does Aldi. So does Trader Joe's, as far as I know. Tetris, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for the generous donation. You get one of these. Okay. All right, I wanted to cover real quick the reason why I believe that things are coming full circle and that it's a possibility, especially on the first day of Pride Month, which still blows my mind. How come you guys get a month and the people that fought for your right to be this way and do whatever it is you wanted to do only get a couple of days throughout the year? I still want to know what the deal is there. Because having sex with the same sex and etc. is not an accomplishment. And you're not saving anybody's life, and you're not, you know, it's a preference. It's a lifestyle preference. It's something you do in your own home that nobody else gives a fuck about. You don't deserve prizes for that shit. Okay? Anyway, I wanted real quick to show you why I think that it's going it's on its head. Now, I don't know how many of you have seen this, but for the first day of Pride, Glamour magazine has decided to show us, and it looks like they painted this on this person or whatever, this suit and tie and everything like that, but they want to show us the first trans man pregnant person. All right, you're looking at Glamour UK, and this was Trans Pregnant Proud, okay? But you need to hear what this person has to say. Okay, and I'm gonna comment on a little bit of this, and then we're gonna go to some funny stuff, and then I'll send you off to Rocky's show.
A trans pregnant man, and I do exist, so no matter what anyone says,
I'm a trans pregnant man, and I do exist no matter what anyone says. Well, yes, we can touch you. You seem like you're not a robot or AI yet.
Literally, I'm living proof. Hi, I'm Logan Brown, and this is my Glamour Unfiltered. So I found out I was pregnant because I took a pregnancy test.
Wow! Isn't that how everyone finds out that they're pregnant? Okay, let's move on.
Early hours in the morning, whilst Bailey was asleep, and I just had this really weird feeling that something wasn't right, and obviously I've been off testosterone for a while due to some health issues, so just kind of had this really weird feeling, and I took the pregnancy test.
Said no biological male ever! In fact, after I heard this, when I was listening to this, after I heard this, I literally called my husband in here to make absolutely sure. And I literally asked him, I said, honey, in your entire almost 70 years on this planet, have you ever felt bad enough to where you thought you needed a pregnancy test? Have you ever felt weird enough or strange enough to where you thought you needed a pregnancy test? His exact answer to me was, since that's not a possibility and I'm a man, that wouldn't even be the last thing I ever thought of. That would never come to my mind. It would never be a thought. It would never be a question. Not even a little bit. Okay? So you got this person, they feel all weird and everything like that, and the first thing they think about is taking a pregnancy test. That right there should tell you this person doesn't even believe that they're male. Let's go on.
And it was just like this. It was like my whole world just stopped. And yeah, it was literally when I saw them two lines, I was just like, what the heck? That everything just, all my manlyhood that I've tried to work hard for so long, just completely felt like it was erased.
That's because it wasn't there in the first place! And if you were actually male, you wouldn't have to work at it! Not to mention the fact that why were you not on testosterone anymore? Health reasons? They give you way more than any man actually has naturally to try and transfer you into something that you're not. And then they have to take you off it. It's like, man, they had to take you off it because your body couldn't handle it. All right, so this person wants to be celebrated because they're got short hair and they had sex with a drag queen, which is actually a male, another male. And if you notice, this person snuck into the bathroom, knew something was wrong, snuck into the bathroom while their lover was asleep and everything like that, because obviously they either A, wanted it to be a surprise, which I don't think so, that's not how this was working, or B, they've been lying to their partner all of this time. Obviously, their partner thinks that they've been doing the poop shoot all this time, and surprise, 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 Bambino Central. I can only imagine what he thinks. In fact, this person goes on to say that they had trouble even bringing it up to this person. That tells me that they knew that A, they were either going to be in serious trouble with this person, or that they were going to lose this person once this happened. All right. And of course, they're going on to say, oh, I'm so glad that my little girl is going to know inclusion and equity and all this other stuff and everything like that. Nah, they're just going to know pain, agony, and whatever else you're going through on this. All right. Again, claiming that you're male and taking testosterone and cutting your hair short and all of this and claiming all of this is not worthy of awards or celebration. And actually, I'm not the only one. The entirety of the LGB minus the TQ crowd isn't buying this. In fact, basically the general consensus is on this is, oh yeah, heterosexual with extra steps. So yeah, they've turned it around. They're literally celebrating heterosexuals for Pride Month, to begin Pride Month. I couldn't have, you can't make this up, and actually, to be honest with you, it's great. I bet the LGB crowd aren't that happy about it because this was their holiday, supposedly. And now they have to celebrate a heterosexual. They're claiming to be something else, but the pregnancy kind of gives it away. All right. And the person, like I say, the person that they're with is not trans or anything. According to what I've read, they're a performer. A drag queen. Which usually is a gay man. Okay. So, yeah, like I say, XTs aren't happy with this shit either. Yeah, I'm sure not. Because these actors are literally making it hard. And it's the same thing with anybody that lies or cheats on this kind of stuff. It makes it hard for the people that actually do have this problem to get help. Which is disgusting in my opinion. It's sad. It's disgusting. It's selfish. It's bullshit. Okay. Yeah, when the test was positive, it brought down the entire life, including all the masculinity you worked for. Give me a break. All right? So, and actually, now, taking hormones, cutting your hair to look male, and sleeping with a drag queen is considered work now. I'm sorry. Again, live your life. I don't give a shit. But now you're pushing it on me, and you're trying to convince me that you're not heterosexual. Wrong answer. And who's training you in this male lifestyle? The drag queen? Yeah, I bet that works out pretty well. Oh, boy. Let's see. Even Tim Pool, something struck me pretty funny because you know how Tim Pool, oh, fence sitter. He's not a fence sitter anymore. In fact, he even said today that he thinks that the elites actually hate the left or the Dems because they have most of them convinced that the heteronormative activity is going to actually kill them. When without it, or if someone hadn't convinced their mother to abort them, they wouldn't exist to begin with. It's like they think they're hatched or something, you know what I'm saying? All right, but never in the case of humans. All right, so yeah, heterosexuality with extra steps, perhaps, to celebrate Pride. Just, it can't get any better than that, I'm telling you. It just can't get any better than that. Okay, I've got some funnies to show you. This one will make your jaw drop, but does anybody... I don't think anybody else in our crew does this. Do they? Look at this. Watch.
Get it good and covered. I'm like a clean freak. Like all my friends call me a clean freak. And I like to prepare my chicken. I want to wash them really, really good.
You saw that, right? That was Dawn.
And,
she's using
it's
Dawn
debatable,
dish
right?
detergent.
Do you wash your chicken? Do you not wash your chicken? I like to wash my chicken. Some people just rinse it with
this
water,
isn't even the best part.
which is fine. But I like to really get in like all the crevices because mean, you should see my house. It's spick and span, and I want my chicken to be that way too. And then you can just take like an old toothbrush. You need the vibrating ones.
Skeletor.
I like to really get in the crevices and get them cleaned off.
Is she serious?
It just makes me feel better about
this has got to be a joke.
Eating chicken because I know it's clean.
Nah.
Otherwise, you don't know, and
Does this take a lot of extra time?
No, it's totally worth it. Like, it gives me the peace of mind that I personally love.
Ick. It's crazy. That's crazy. Do any of you guys do that? Nah, tell me y'all don't do that. Okay, let's see. Oh, here, this is hilarious.
Trying to be sexy in front of my crush.
They got to be the strongest goddamn cabinet door I have ever seen.
Yeah, that's true too. Let's watch that one again. That one goes fast. But trying to be sexy in front of my crush. Who climbs on the cabinet and does that? She must have been drunk trying to be sexy.
Trying to be sexy in front of my crush.
They got to be the strongest goddamn cabinet door I have ever seen.
Yep. That's hilarious. Okay. Let's see. So I was behind because this guy Lloyd actually has cut quite a few.
Have you ever seen chicken skin used to wrap something?
That shit looked like deep fried chicken nuts. Well, KFC's decided to drop a brand new menu item: deep fried chicken balls, only from the Colonel.
I was gonna say I can see him wrapping it up and everything like that, but did he have to handle it that way?
Chicken skin used to wrap something?
That shit looked like deep fried chicken nuts. Well, KFC's decided.
Shove a duck in your chicken and shove that chicken into turkey. Yeah, they call that a turducken, or they do in they did in Louisiana anyway. I don't know what they call it anywhere else. I don't usually. I don't keep up with all of that. I don't cook that much. I do, but not gourmet like you do, dude. I just Let's see. All right. Let's see. I think I got one or two more here. Oh, this was good. What do you think this is?
What in the fuck is that?
Did anybody see it, or did that thing come up over? I'll show you again. Does anybody know what that is, or is that just an AI thing?
What in the fuck is that?
That's crazy. That's crazy. That was crazy. Okay. Let's see. Was there anything else? The fall. Oh, here's a good one. How did she even do that? That was a prank, but how did she even do that? She says, "Oh, I'm so scared. He was trying to touch me. My very first taxi ride. He was trying to touch me." But actually, well, if you notice, she had taken his seatbelt and put it back there by her. How did that even happen? Well, thank you, Space Pirate Yvonne. I appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. I'll be talking to you soon too. You were watching a creature in the aquarium, saltwater to be exact. Oh, okay. That was really wild looking. Can you imagine? You know how they portray aliens in movies and things like that. They're all kind of the same and everything like that. And we have so many wild, crazy creatures and everything like that. If that's actually the way aliens are, I would think that coming here and seeing all of our weird and wild and wacky stuff and everything that's going on would scare the shit out of them. Because, I mean, let's say, think about it. They always portray aliens as a monolithic type of race. We don't ever hear anything or see anything about any of their animals or their nature or anything like that. They all just seem very monolithic type. They even all of them, most of them look alike. I mean, you know, look back at any Star Trek show or any of these alien shows or anything like that. They all seem pretty monolithic, if you will, especially when they come and visit Earth. So that's just a thought that came through my head one day. Okay, don't forget to support the channel, like I say, share. I was awesome that I got phone calls. In fact, I even got a different phone call. I'm hoping that you'll call me back again there, Granny, as he put it. Let's see. Making sure I didn't miss anything from my notes. All right. Okay, yep, that's about it for me right now. Like I said, don't forget to support all the folks on Rougaroo's interactive schedule, the pureblood.tv, where you can discover and help all of these pure blood creators and streamers grow. And you never know, you might even make a new friend or have a new adventure. These people do actually, we are real people, and I have seen a lot of them meet up and go have parties and fun and things like that. So, unlike Twitter, we are real. We do real things, you know, and stuff like that. So, so get with us and share and everything like that, because this internet stuff, you know, one push of the button and all of the virtual reality stuff and everything could be gone. So get to know your neighbors, get to know your people that you're talking to, and have an emergency plan just in case. Just like limited access says about your food, you need to do that about your friends and your family as well. Tweak! That's right. Go on right after me and check out the Drunken Rocky for the White Pill experience. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll shit yourself. Well, hopefully not, but sometimes you do. Let me know if you want me to cover anything or if you want me to show you anything in next ones. I'm working on more stuff if I can get it. In fact, someone's calling. Greetings, you're on the air.
All right, you mentioned me, so I'm gonna say it again. Hey, I had a scare today. They shut the water off here. It's June 1st. They shut the water off here. Hey, you know, you guys need to make sure you put water away. You know, for flushing toilets, for drinking, for everything. Because, I mean, in the middle of the day, I'm like, you know, trying to suck some beans. And they shut my water off. And I went, what the hell? What the hell? Nobody posted anything on my doors. They didn't tell me anything. Oh, it's only going to be in like about 4 hours. Yeah.
Oh, so you got it back then?
I'm sorry?
I said, so you got it back then?
Oh, yeah. So far, yeah. I'm going to go try to take a bath. But, yeah. And I was just like, what the hell? You know, and living in Colorado, when I lived for 6 months, and I had to like tote my own water and everything else. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. And you couldn't gather your own water or anything. And this was back in 2011, 12, 13, 14. I got the fuck out of there.
How are they enforcing that?
Well, no. They can do whatever the hell they want.
I know, but I mean, I would have did it anyway.
I had a barrel at the end of my mobile home. I had a double wide mobile home, and I had a 3-lot trailer, but I had to literally gather the water that went down. The rivers of whatever that they're talking about in California. All right, I had to gather that because if I didn't, my trailer would sink. it would sink. So I had to like gather it in a big, you know, a 25-gallon, 50-gallon, whatever. It's a big, huge bucket. And Colorado said, yeah, you can't keep that. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, I'm going to let it rot in there until I kick it over, and then I'm just going to throw it in the street. And that's kind of what I did. But like here, I mean, here in South Dakota, I guess I can, but I don't have like the ability to, because I'm in an apartment on the second story, and even my neighbor downstairs was like, "Hey, you're putting dirt on my head," and I'm like, "Hey, I'm just changing out the tarp, lady." No, she's a great neighbor. She's a great neighbor, but the neighbor above us doesn't understand that when she sweeps her shit onto my hair, it sucks. But whatever. So I told my neighbor downstairs, hey, once a year I've got to get rid of all of the stuff, and I'm gonna put the tarp down. Put a tarp down. I'm like, dude, I'm changing the tarp out. Yeah. So
Yeah.
hey, anybody that's in an apartment that you're doing a balcony thing, like I am, God love me. Understand that the people below you, you're putting stuff on their head. Put a tarp down. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Just put a tarp down. Talk to them. It's cool. It's cool. Anyways, I love you guys bunches. Hey, you know, don't give up. Don't give up. Never surrender.
Take no prisoners.
Never surrender. No prisoner. Take no. Yes. I love you guys.
We love you too, and so does Jesus.
All right. Yes. Pray a lot. Dude, we're in the last times. Pray a lot and just do what you gotta do.
Yep.
For your family and everybody else. Just do what you gotta do. Dehydrate. I'm getting ready to just dehydrate a lot, because on the second story I can't keep this stuff like cold. So yeah. I love you guys.
Nighty night. Thanks for calling.
All right. Mwah.
Good night. Alrighty, like I say, that's about it for me. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the phone calls. Don't forget to send me some of your clips or commercials for my shows or yours. I'm still asking for those. I love to incorporate that stuff in there. Watch out for Vincenzo. We're going to be working on something. Hopefully we'll do another hostile takeover one day with 451 Actual and the gang. But we'll surprise you with it, I'm sure. All right. Okay, as always, I wish you guys peace, love, health, music to all of you, and until next time, AMF.